Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is GC Performance here, back with another video. Today I have you guys this Specialized Sirrus 4.0 in a size medium. Weight is 23 pounds, 0 ounces, and in kilos, it is 10.44 kilos. Stay tuned to after the video. We're here a free body sound test on those wheels right there. And this is a full carbon Sirrus. Thank you, guys. Hey, how's it going, everyone? GC Performance back with another video. Today I have for you guys this beautiful Specialized Sirrus. This is the model 4.0. This is a full carbon fiber model. It's a size medium, and this weighs in right around 23 pounds. Before I get into this bike and show you all the details, I just kind of want to talk about what the Sirrus is and what this model is based after. This bike, it goes around $1,500. It is more of their top line bike, but it is a full carbon fiber hybrid, more of like a performance hybrid bike. So it's a step right underneath if you're about to get into like a full-on road bike, but you didn't want to do the drop down handlebars and didn't want to be so aggressive. This is a perfect bike for, you can do 20, 30 miles on it if you wanted to and still be kind of upright and comfortable. Or if you wanted to take a leisure day, you can ride this to the beach. You can take it on sidewalks. You have all that comfortability, all that range, all that leisure that you want to do with the bike. It's capable of doing without having to be so gentle on it with like a road bike with skinnier tires or more, maybe you don't have as much control with a drop down handlebar. So Specialized did a great job with the Sirrus lineup. These bikes are a dream bike, comfortable for what they are, still very quick, still very responsive, and this being a full carbon fiber frame for $1,500 is a really great deal. Believe it or not, when this bike first released, it was actually $1,200, but neither here nor there. Thank you to COVID. There's nothing we can do about it. So without further ado, let's get into the whole bike. This is the matte silver color. So starting off with the handlebars, it is an aluminum handlebar, a 31.8 Specialized alloy handlebar. We have on here a Specialized stem as well with a 4-bolt pattern. With the grips, they have a nice little ergonomic grip. You have a little bit of a flare out to give you some support here for your palms. And then also we have on here the extra positions where you can put your hands at if you wanted to go, instead of just only riding right here. We can also put our hands here just in case our hands get numb or we get bored of where we're riding at. We got these little bullhorn options. What's nice as well is that they provide a little 5mm tool Allen key right here that you can actually adjust these and pivot them or make them a little bit taller or not. So that's always a plus. A 5mm on a bike is always a good tool to have around, so that's a nice plus. Going to the brakes, these are a Tektro hydraulic disc brake. They use mineral oil, but it's a full hydraulic system. There are no cables here. They actuate very well, very easy to pull. Benefit to hydraulic over cable actuated brakes is that hydraulic fluid, you don't need as much force to actuate it, and they respond very well. And once you go ahead and meet that platform or that position where they stop, you're gonna get the full braking power of what they are instead of a cable actuated where it's more actuation based. Gear shifters on here are going to be a micro shift 9-speed shifter. You have a 9-speed shifter on your right and then a 9-speed shifter, a 2x shifter on your left. So this is your front derailleur, this is your rear derailleur. I would like to see them do Shimano on here, but micro shift is still a nice quality component. I just prefer to have everything the same, but you can still see easier, harder, and a nice firm actuation each time you click through. You know you're shifting. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel clunky. Each time you press that shift, it actually does feel really well. As you can see, it says seen as be seen, integrated reflectivity. What that means is that all these logos that you see on here, the Specialized logo, you can kind of see it's granular. These front kind of graphics on the fork, the rear graphics on here, these are actually all reflective. So you don't need reflectors on the bike. These all light up at night. If a car light was to hit it, or any kind of light was to hit this bike, it's going to reflect, which will be an added bonus to the consumer. So I think that's a nice little plus. Plus a little S in the front. Going down to the fork, it's a full carbon fiber fork. These are not quick release, these are a through axle, so it's a stiffer axle in the front. It's threaded, so it looks a little bit cleaner and more flush. You have a 5mm bolt right here that you have to remove to take out the wheel. It is a 6-bolt disc brake. The rotor is actually 160mm in size and diameter. And then you have a 6-bolt pattern. You have a Tektro flat mount disc brake on here as well. The wheels that come on here are the a Axis aluminum wheel with stainless steel spokes. And then you have just your regular stainless steel nipple. The rims are not tubeless ready, I believe. So the bike is just kind of just set up. It's a cheaper wheel for sure, but it's decent. I like the little depth it adds to it. It gives it a little bit more of a meaner look. You have just a regular Axis hub on there as well. Also with these bikes being commuter bikes, they have the accessibility to add fenders, or I don't think this one can have a front rack, but this one can add a fender right here if you want to. That Specialized offers that works, that's compatible with it. Tires that come on here are a 700 by 32 700 by 32 tire. I don't know, I think it's an Armadillo. Very smooth. You can see the Sirrus 4.0 is going to be the more performance-based tire. There's not a lot of bite to this tire. Very smooth in the middle, and then you have some tread on the sides just in case you get into some dirt or some water. But it's meant for performance-oriented. You want as little as resistance as possible. You want the best rolling speeds, top-end speeds you can get, and no resistance. Whereas the Sirrus X, which I featured before, the Sirrus X models are more aggressive. They have a wider tire. They have different gearing. But the Sirrus 4.0 is literally like it's one step underneath a road bike. So you have a lot of options you can do with this bike. But 700 by 32 tire, pretty wide. You can go a little bit wider. I think you can fit up to about I want to say about like a 42 on here. So you have those options as well. Or you can go down to as small as a 23, maybe actually I'll say a 25 on there. But yes, cool options. Going down to the frame, we have internal integrated, I don't know why I said integrated, internal cable housings. You have your mechanical cables, your hydraulic cables. You have the Sirrus logo right here. You have your matte paint job that goes down here. The Specialized logo looks really great. 3 positions for water bottles if you want to go up higher or lower, or if you want to add a pump. There's other options you can do for here. You have another water bottle cage that you have over here. And then you can see right here it's made in Cambodia. I don't know why they choose to go Cambodia, Taiwan, everything like that, but they have the option. What I do like to see is they change out the cranks to a Shimano crank on here. Beautiful crank. I think they got rid of, I think this was a bike that had the old crank recall on there, but this has now a Shimano crank on here, which is great. We have a micro shift front derailleur on here. Again, I like to see Shimano, but still works really well. The actuation is good. A KMC chain, and then the cassette in the back is a 1134 Shimano cassette. Very wide gear range, more than enough, especially if you live in some hilly areas. If you're in Florida, you might want to change it to a little bit smaller ratio, but 1134 is more than enough. It can take on any kind of mountain climbing you're doing, or any kind of geography where you live at with hills. And then the gear range in the back is a 9-speed Shimano Sora derailleur, which I like to see. The Shimano stuff works really well. Pedals on here, these are nice stock pedals. We're starting to see pedals come back on bikes. During the pandemic, a lot of these companies ran out of pedals. We're starting to see bikes get on pedals now. Very flat, they're not aggressive knobby, so if you did want to ride with bare feet, you can, but more than enough for what you need. You have your reflectors on there, cool stuff. Going to the seat post, we have here a 4mm integrated seat wedge. Makes it aero, makes it look cleaner. And then you have an aluminum seat post with a Specialized power saddle. The power saddle, if you guys have not tried this thing out, very good saddle, nice wide platform, short nose, no rubbing here on the sides, and then also a nice little cutout as well for the blood flow. And another cool little feature over here for the Sirrus 4.0, you can see just like the little small characteristics. It has this little dovetail right here. It's got a nice little cutout. It looks clean, nice and flush. Really did a good job on that. You know, it just looks really nice. You pay some $1,500 for a bike, it looks nice. And then the graphics in the back as well. You can see you have the little reflector right here, the little stripes. Looks really good. The wheel in the back, again, is just an Axis wheel with an Axis hub. You'll hear a free body sound test at the end of the video, so stay tuned to that. Black spokes, and then the regular stainless steel nipples, and the same tires in the back. It's a Armadillo 700 by 32C tire. Again, nice smooth ergonomic tire with some flat protection built in there. And then here you can see you have the extra little fender mounts, or the fender mounts right here. And then it's a through axle for the wheel in the back. So it's a threaded through axle. You're gonna need an Allen key to remove this. And then the rear, actually, they put a 140mm rotor. So the front was a 160mm rotor. The rear is 140, smaller diameter. You don't need as much braking power. They're not, basically what they're saying is that they're not banking on anyone sending this down a hill and going full speed. You don't need as much stopping power, as much leverage with a bigger rotor. So it's nice, saves you a little bit of weight, looks good. And then you can see right here, you have the Sirrus Fact 9R Carbon. 9R Carbon is gonna be their starting price point of carbon. This is what you get on a Tarmac SL6. This is the same grade level of carbon that you get on a base level Tarmac, a base level Roubaix. So really good stuff. I mean, it's not like cheap carbon. It's just gonna be a little bit heavier because of the fact of the wheels and the components. Threaded bottom bracket and just a Shimano bottom bracket on there as well. And then you can see right here, you have this little fender mount right here. And I think there's a fender mount. No, yeah, no, yeah. Fender mount here, fender mount there. So if you did want to add fenders for the commuting lifestyle, you have the option. But all in all, beautiful bike. Again, this is the Specialized Sirrus 4.0. This is a size medium, weighs in right around 23 pounds, and retails for $1,500. It's a full carbon fiber commuting bike, a performance hybrid, 9-speed Shimano Sora. Thank you guys again so much for everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye. All right, guys. So here's the Specialized Sirrus 4.0 with a free body sound test on these Axis wheels right here. There we go. Sounds mean. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys next video.